Hello, hello, and thanks for joining us for what's likely to be an all-scrub edition of Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War. Why scrubs? Well, because our top two teams of troopers are taking a little Tijuana vacation down Mexico way after our last mission. They've earned a little R&R. So basically all we have left in the barracks is scrubs. But, you know, that's okay, because while TLC's policy regarding scrubs and their exclusion from T-Baz, Left Eye, and Chili's immediate vicinity is pretty well documented, here at XCOM headquarters we have a slightly different policy regarding scrubs, in that we're all about scrubs. We welcome them up in this mode. So, you know, if you are a scrub, if you ever happen to find yourself hanging out the side of your best friend's ride, instead of hollering at TLC, you know, consider giving us a holla. Because then, rather than winding up being rebuffed by a group of aging hip-hop R&B has-beens, quite literally in the case of Lisa Left Eye Lopez, you can instead find yourself pitted in a fight to the death against a hostile group of technologically advanced extraterrestrials. Now, sure, if you're looking at our... Thanks, Magil. But if you're looking at our list of troopers, you say, you know, attrition amongst your soldiers is quite high. If I join XCOM, you know, I might die in that fight against those extraterrestrials. And sure, that's true. In fact, you'll probably die. I mean, in full interest of full disclosure. But if you do die in that action, at least you can die with your hands around the grip of a sweet, sweet plasma gun, feebly blasting round after round at your soon-to-be alien overlords. I mean, it's a grim fate, that's certain, but being literally gunned down by an alien is still going to sting a hell of a lot less than being metaphorically gunned down by Tion T-Boz Watkins. So, you know, think about it. Also, give us a holla.
New promotions available.
Magil, your constant reminders make me want to stab you in the neck. If you weren't a computer-simulated voice of an actual person, that would probably be a more suitable form of revenge, but as it stands, if you say that one more time, I'm going to just fucking unplug your ass. Because while I can't stab you in the neck because you so richly deserve, I can unplug your ass. Anyway, since all we have left is some scrubs, I guess we'll just head on down and see if we can round ourselves up a mission so those scrubs have something to do. Let's see what we can come up with. Red Brown returning to active duty, that's quite nice. We didn't even see the ship. The alien abductions just happened. Alright, well, in Canada, so at least it'll be a short flight.
Commander, we have multiple reports.
Alright, so we have heavy alien activity over Canada, in Vancouver, Canada. Nice to see the aliens branching out into British Columbia. Lovely country, fantastic climate. Alright, so let's see what exactly Team Scrub is going to consist of. I mean, so far it's not looking necessarily too scrubberly. Too scrubberly? I don't know. Maybe there's a Scullion joke in there somewhere. I'm not too terribly sure. Alright, so, like I said, most of our aces are tired, but we do have T-Swizzle available. Got a little bit of Mel Gibson on the burner. We could probably make something happen out of this. Kesha, of course, ready and available to do some work. I think since we have heavy alien activity on an abduction mission, and I think our last abduction mission where we had heavy alien activity had an ethereal, so, I mean, we don't want to totally go out with our pants down. We don't want to wind up getting shot in the shitter like that guy from Young Guns. We want to be a little more prepared than that fat guy. Let's try and be at least a little semi-competent. I mean, we want at least a Michael Biehn from Tombstone level of competence, where we trade witty banter before Val Kilmer shoots us in the face. Alright, so we're going to go with a mix. We'll take some quality troopers, and then we'll just pitch in a little garbage water where it'll fit. So let's start with some quality, and then start mixing in the garbage water. And we haven't had Uncle Mel. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to take Uncle Mel because he's max rank. I'm really hesitant to take max rank troopers on anything other than a mission where we definitely need a max rank trooper. So let's hold off on that. Let's need some kind of leader. I see Amanda Bynes. You know what? This is a fantastic opportunity for Amanda Bynes. This will be like her comeback of comebacks of comebacks. This is like her 6th comeback, I think. But still, an excellent opportunity for Amanda. So we're going to give her Banshee armor, just in case there's a rooftop or something for her to grapple her way to the top of. Amanda Bynes has fallen quite far, so, you know, she's got a long road to hoe in her climb back to the top of the acting world. Not that she was ever necessarily at the top of the acting world, but she was definitely nearer to the top at some point. We would like to give Amanda a scope to go with her high-capacity mags, and that's got Amanda sorted done. Gonna want some infantry troopers, and here we can again, this is an opportunity to insert a scrub. And while TLC won't be letting any scrubs be inserted there, we're definitely gonna have an opportunity to insert plenty of scrub action right here, And speaking of a man who's inserted some scrubs, I bet Sean Connery's nailed a doctor or two in his day. Oh, that's right. I've had many ladies involved with the scrubs there. Also some gentlemen with the scrubs. Sean Connery's not a discriminating shopper. My Sean Connery impression still sounds like fucking Bane from Dark Knight. It's more Tom Hardy than Sean Connery. But that's as good as it's going to get, folks, so just buckle in and prepare yourself. It's never going to get any better. Little Slim Shady Memorial Slug Slinger for Sean Connery. Of course, his Walther 38 pistol. Of course, his signature war gear. We're just going to leave that for Sean. He's going to get a scope and a laser sight to complete his loadout. Probably going to need a scout and an assault trooper as well. And Reb the Immortal Madman? Is this the opportunity that Reb's been waiting for? I feel this will definitely shore up some of the scrub action that we've got going. Reb the Immortal Madman, more immortal than ever with his fancy dancy Titan armor. So let's get him kitted out there. Of course, Reb's going to get an alloy cannon. He's going to get a chemical grenade and an arc thrower. A little bit of chem grenade, a little bit of arc thrower for the Rebinator. Gonna go for an assault trooper next, and this may be a Miley Yeah Cyrus level of intervention, or possibly, you know, Jonathan Slick Kwan is actually a gunnery sergeant. Miley's a tech sergeant. Who else do we have? We could take Dr. Worm, but I mean, he is a real doctor, but he's not a real doctor, rather, but he is a real worm, an actual worm, and since he is just a worm, I think we'll go with Charlie Sheen. I mean, when you're talking scrubs, it doesn't get a whole hell of a lot scrubbier than Charlie Sheen. He's basically as scrubby as it gets. So it's going to be an alloy cannon. Now, I would take Walker servos for Charlie if he did not, if he actually had close encounters, but he's not high enough rank yet to have it. So, you know, actually, it kind of makes more sense for him now. You know what? We're going to go walking servos instead of breaching ammo. Charlie's not exactly a speed demon, so anything we can do to help increase his foot speed a little bit is going to be useful. And then we'll give old Chuck an arc thrower there. He only has a 12 movement speed, even with the walker servos. God damn, Charlie. Did you blow out a hip while filming an earlier movie or something? Or did, you know, you mouth off one too many times to Clint Eastwood when you were making that buddy cop film and he just shattered your kneecap to shut you up? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe you pulled your chute a little too low in terminal velocity and hit the ground too hard? It could have happened. Also, I made a reference to a movie that like 4 people ever saw. But hey, if you haven't seen Terminal Velocity, well, take my advice and fucking don't. We need a medic. I think all we've got is Chris the Surgeon Brown and Shia, not famous McBeef. Yep. Of course, we got Justin Bieber in the hospital. Now, Shia LaBeouf, unfortunately, is a little busy currently. Can't seem to tear himself away from having a cage match with a 12-year-old dancer from Dance Moms, so we're just going to sort of let him sort that out as best possible. And we're going to take Gunnery Sergeant Chris the Surgeon Brown instead. The surgeon hasn't been out of the barracks in a while, and he gets a little bit punchy if we don't frequently give him an opportunity to vent a little bit of his rage, so probably useful to get old Chris out of the barracks. So that's a sniper, infantry, scout, assault medic. Really all we need then is a gunner, probably an engineer as well. Joss Hamlet Whedon still serving time out. We could take Lady Gaga, but that's honestly probably overkill. Let's take one of our gunners. We got through with Nicki Minaj and Taylor Moose Lautner on our last mission. And we do have Sean Connery, and if there's one thing the movie Entrapment taught us, it's that nothing goes together better than Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Also, Sean's not going to be able to hit a damn thing. He's going to be too busy watching as Kathy there, old Kathy Z, slips sexually beneath the lasers because that is her one marketable skill. But we're going to give her a Gauss machine gun, a scope, and an alloy bipod. And that should have Kathy Z sorted pretty well. And for the last slot, we're going to go with an engineer. I'm tempted to take Kesha, but I'm not going... Well, it's either Kesha or... You know, we could take Kesha or we could take Jesse James. I think we'll take Jesse James. It's been a while since Jesse's gotten a chance to flex his muscles a bit. And unlike Chris Brown, Jesse got a little bit better control of his temper. But still, I mean, a man likes to feel useful. So we're going to let Jesse get out of the house. Also, he's mired in lawsuits, what with Sandra Bullock on his head 24/7, looking for back taxes. Although, honestly, I think Jesse probably should have sued Sandra for alimony. I mean, California's a no-fault state. He maybe could have got some of that. But I digress. Anyway, the tool pusher is locked, ready to roll, and then that just leaves us needing one more unit, which is going to be a mech trooper of some variety. Just going to take a look and see what we've got. I think it's either, yeah, we're down to where it's either Bono or Taylor Swift. And I think at this point, we're probably going to take T-Swizzle. I mean, last time we took Tay-Tay out of the barn in her mech suit, she went a little bit rogue and had a nasty encounter with Sir Sidney Poitier. Damn near killed Sir Sidney. But, well, Sir Sidney, he's, for an old-timer, he's, still got a lot of fight left in him. So we're going to take Tay-Tay and just hope that this time she doesn't quite go rogue on us. Now, we are going to give her Illyrium Turbos, that's a guarantee, because Tay-Tay loves to set a motherfucker on fire. And with the servos there, it's going to give her as much movement as possible, give her maximum opportunity to set someone alight. And probably weapon gyros. Tay-Tay with a fantastic health total, 29 health. The alloy belt not really bringing a lot to the table for Tay-Tay at this point, so... That's our team. And let's head off to Vancouver, British Columbia. We can revisit all the sites where they taped X-Files episodes back in the 90s and early 2000s. It'll be quite the walking tour.
We have visual on the mission,
a lot of nerds on the team. Pretty excited to go check that out. I know Jesse James, for one, just can't wait for the mission to be over so he can see where Agent Scully fought off Eugene Victor Toombs. It's something he's always wanted to do.
The drop site for this operation will be in Canada.
Of course it's in Canada, and of course it's the laundromat, because it's not always the laundromat, except when it's the laundromat, which is always the
Get down there
laundromat.
and eliminate any hostiles.
On the plus side, at least there won't be any Exalt on this map, because fuck them forever. Also, I wonder who owns the massive chain of laundromats that Exalt was using as their cover to infiltrate human society. I mean, I gotta think that when we had eradicated the Exalt base, there was like tens of thousands of coin-operated laundries that suddenly found themselves ownerless. Seems like the kind of economic power vacuum that could be desperately problematic for the stock market. I mean, probably, I would guess that the New York Stock Exchange plunged hundreds and hundreds of points as a result of that. So last time we had anybody throw a grappling hook on this map, it didn't really work out too well, but that's not going to stop me from doing it again. So let's do it again. Go ahead and grapple on up there if you would, Amanda Bynes.
Grappling, that's what we're looking for.
Alright, well there's nothing on the rooftop, but there's a meld canister, so we're just going to make a break for that. I don't see any reason to not just not head for it and take it down. What else have we got? Old Charlie Sheen here. So, history has told me that there's probably a pod here. Since there's no pod in there, there's probably a pod here, and then either here or here. Now, Amanda Bynes should be able to get us a visual on that, and we can set up shop. Let's set up shop in this area. We're just going to take Jesse James up just to double check, make sure it's clear. Although, since we didn't see any enemy activity, it's almost certain to be so. And we'll just have the surgeon take a quick peep around over here just to double check. Alright, so we're totally safe. We can advance willy-nilly just at our leisure. So let's get old Kathy Z in the best possible firing position. She's going to have to move twice again next turn. We're going to want her by a door so that she can bring the big gun to bear. Let's take old 007. He can hold down the fort. Mortal Madman Red Brown can go seek his nemesis Calgon. Don't know why the bad guy in that movie. Space Mutiny, by the way, a massive, outstanding work of pure genius. If you haven't seen it, it's a staggering accomplishment. I guarantee. Check out Space Mutiny. Totally worth your time. But I still have to wonder why the enemy in that was named after a... was it like bath soap or detergent? I don't remember what Calgon was, but I think it was like a dish soap, maybe. Calgon, take me away. It's like an early 80s ad campaign. Anyway, why the hell they named the main villain from Space Mutiny after such a product, still baffling to me to this day.
Enemy inside.
And so we've got, what is that, a drone? And another drone. So Amanda Bynes has spotted a couple drones on the roof. Not really much of a problem, to be honest. It's what's with those drones that would be concerning if we were concerned at all, but I'm really actually not too terribly worried. So we're going to go ahead and grab our meld. 3 meld into storehouse, and then we're just going to have Amanda Bynes take whatever shot she can get. Looks like a miss. Yeah, Amanda a little wide with that shot, but honestly that's okay. We're going to have the tool pusher post up here. Be ready to wheel and deal with some grenades. Catherine Zeta-Jones gonna hold down the other flank. 007 Sean Connery's gonna dash to there. We want Reb Brown ready for any kind of Overwatch work that we might need. So let's take Charlie Winning Sheen. Well, I guess it's sort of blocked off. We're going to have to make a hole here for old Chuck. So let's take the Rebster there. It's probably fine for the Immortal Madman. Going to do some Overwatching with Jesse James. Little Overwatch for T Swizzle. Old Chuck Sheen here is going to take up our other flank. And then Chris Brown can sort of hang back, hold down the fort the Chris Brown way. Stay in the back. Let others take the punishment. And let's see what Team Drone has got for us. Looks like nothing too terrifying. Double move. Alright, so Amanda Bynes should have fine shots at that guy next turn. Looks like just a bunch of double moves for these drones. Alright, so let's open this door first, just out of an abundance of caution. In case there's something large and threatening out on the ground there, we'll want to try and get eyes on it. Looks like fairly safe. Does Amanda Bynes have double tap? She does not, and I constantly forget the fact that she does not. And since Amanda Bynes does not have double tap, actually, we're going to move her to the edge just to... Okay. Oh, shit!
More frequently, and with a much greater range of firepower.
Okay, so that's a serious problem.
Combat something of that size.
We could probably spend years analyzing the
yeah, that's real bad. That's a sectopod, folks. So we got a sectopod on the roof. That's well, that's not good. Alright, so Jesse James, we're going to see if we can have Jesse get a grenade up there. We got to start working a sectopod over early as we can. Jesse cannot get a grenade up there. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Kathy Z has some targets, though, and we're going to put her to work. We got to start picking off these drones. Alright, so that's one drone down. Now, the problem is we don't have any troopers at our disposal capable of firing twice at that sectopod. We got no double taps, nothing like that available. Jesse, buddy, that's kind of disappointing. So we're going to try and stay close to the edge of this building if we can, just to try and make the sectopod come down to us. Now, Amanda Bynes is in more than a little bit of danger up there on that rooftop. Quick. Down's going to come to Sectoid, Lickety Split, and Taylor Swift. Come on, my dear. That's just embarrassing, frankly.
Negative damage.
That's embarrassing, Taylor. And so we're gonna have to open this door and hope that we don't pop another pod. That would be very bad. Looks reasonably clear.
Rolling.
All right, so Sean, no shots for you, huh? Well, it's gonna be Overwatch then. Amanda Bynes still in a very troublesome spot. We're going to move Chris Brown. We're going to bring him over here. He's going to go in Overwatch for us. He's going to back up Kathy Z. So the Immortal Madman, we're going to bring him out and just see if we can get any kind of shot. Reb does not have any kind of shot. So it's going to be Overwatch then for Reb Brown. And Charlie Sheen, I guess, is going to just come out and also go on Overwatch. Oh, Charlie Sheen may... Yeah, we're not even going to bother taking that. It's just going to be Overwatch for Chuck. And I really feel that Amanda Bynes, no chance here but to hunker down. She has to do it. Otherwise, that sectopod's going to put a hurting on her. And so, Overwatch here from Chris Brown. Alright, Chris Brown contributing. He will always wait until your back is turned before attacking. That's the one thing we know for certain about Chris Brown. He is nothing if not a seeker of targets of opportunity. Gotta imagine that Amanda Bynes is going to get shot at twice. Nope, double move. So I would not be at all surprised if we had a sectopod preparing to rain a little bit of fiery, explosive aerial death towards Amanda Bynes' position. We're definitely going to want Amanda to move. Amanda completely surrounded by drones. Yeah, okay, so there comes fire from the sectopod. Sectopod using squad sight to target Amanda. We really need to get her the hell out of Dodge here. Also, we have no idea what that sectopod has done with the remainder of its move. Could have done anything, frankly, and it will still be... It's not an Overwatch. That is surprising. Usually after they take their initial move, they will go back on Overwatch. But since he's up there, we're going to get the hell out of here. Sectopod should not be able to see Amanda from there.
Alien object inside.
Oh, Amanda Bynes. God damn it. Amanda Bynes never met a pod she didn't like. So we have 3 heavy floaters in addition to a sectopod, and this is all going horribly wrong real fast, folks. This situation's getting real ugly.
Moving to
So Amanda can't stay where she is. She's gonna have to move. If Taylor Swift could get over there and flame those guys, it would be amazing, but it's just not gonna happen. So what can the tool pusher do here? Could you theoretically hit any of those guys with a grenade, Jesse James? And the answer is no. Lovely. We need to get somebody to the roof to deal with those folks. Really kind of need to get a rooftop archer up there, but anybody we send is going to be hog food for the various and sundry. Wow, we're in actually a pretty tough spot here. We send anybody up, they're almost certainly going to get just janked. So we're going to have to try and reposition a little bit. Really probably not worth it. Can you put one up on the roof where Mr. Sectopod is? Absolutely you can. You know what? We're going to do that. So we're going to have Jesse James pitch a grenade up onto the rooftop. Well, it's not amazing, but 4 damage. I mean, it's something. You know what else we're going to do? We're going to take Tay-Tay. We're going to move Tay-Tay out. And we're going to try to gently encourage Mr. Sectopod there to stay on his rooftop by deploying a little bit... Oh, come on. You cannot throw a proximity mine up there? Why the hell not? You know what? I'm gonna put it up there anyway. I don't know what this is going to do, but I'm going to do it.
Proximity mine in position.
So we're going to try and encourage Mr. Sectopod to remain where he is by deploying a proximity mine to the rooftop. Catherine Zeta-Jones has no shots. That's pretty damn terrible, actually. So Reb Brown is not in a fantastic position. We'd really like to get the Rebster moved. Let's bring him around behind this crate. He should have a shot at something. He can see a drone. You know what? We're going to take a flush shot and try and make that drone move. Alright, well, that didn't necessarily pan out. Charlie Sheen, you feel like contributing anything here? Maybe? Something? No? Alright, well, just keep doing your thing. It's all about winning, Charlie, and you've got that in spades, man. That's the one thing we know. It's all about winning, buddy. All about winning.
I field commander.
So, to say this turn has been bad would be something of an understatement. Because it's been far beyond bad. It's been fucking terrible. And, alright, I have no idea what did that. I'm guessing that was an aerial barrage from the sectopod. Oh, hey, good! The other team showed up. Fantastic. We love having every single pod on the map popped at the same time, especially when one of those guys is a sectopod. That's fucking delightful. Especially considering we still haven't managed to kill the goddamn drones that were the first fucking pod we popped. And we're probably going to retreat inside a building here. I can't see us staying out where we can just get death rained upon us by that sectopod that's camping a rooftop. Those drones are going to go over and try and repair him.
Fire at my position.
Still worried about those heavy floaters as well. Maybe Tay-Tay can get a return hit. Ah, just wasting ammo, firing at the sky. You see why I say you've lost a step or two, Taylor? You're slipping. You're slipping, Taylor Swift. No Overwatch from Charlie Sheen, huh? Ah, just a critical hit there for Sean Connery. Fantastic. And here comes the sectopod. This is going to be real ugly, folks. Now, Catherine Zeta-Jones at least dealing some damage. And the proximity mine didn't go off, I see. Alright. And here comes heavy floaters because, hey, why the hell not? Might as well get them into the mix as well.
Incoming.
Now, if these heavy floaters all come out and stand in a wad, well, damn, so much for that idea. I was hoping they would come out and stay in a group, and that we could take Taylor Swift over there and just set them on fire, have them panic. That would have been a good outcome. Actually, still may have a chance at that. Alright, so things have gone bad, but not as bad as they could possibly have gone. Although it's getting close to a desperate situation. So, Catherine Zeta-Jones, there's nothing for you to do but shoot at the sectopod. You're absolutely going to do that. 9 damage, not fantastic output, but acceptable output. Taylor Swift. Can you set 2 of those guys ablaze? My guess is probably not, actually, based on how high in the air they are. Chris Brown has 1 target. Well, Chris Brown, go ahead and shoot at Johnny Sectopod. 84% miss there, huh? Okay. Your claims that you'll get him next time, I gotta say, I'm somewhat dubious of that. Well, Sean Connery can't miss, so he's gonna shoot it twice. 1 fucking damage? I did 1 goddamn damage. And Sean Connery splattering not enough damage all across the board. Way to be, Sean Connery. Fantastically done, sir. So we've got to get this Sectopod dead this turn. Jesse Tool Pusher James there with the greatest bounce of all time. It was a remarkable bounce. So we're gonna... well, I was hoping to have... Well, Charlie Sheen doesn't have that ability anyway, so it hardly matters. We're gonna have Charlie Sheen run and gun.
Got it. Move it.
To a position where he will be flanked, so that he can shoot at a Sectopod with an alloy cannon. This probably is going to do very little damage. In fact, it did no damage. Alright then, this is going swimmingly, folks. That Sectopod has some kind of absolutely ridiculous level of armor working, and we're in a bit of a pickle. And by a bit of a pickle, I mean an absolute complete pickle.
No longer a threat.
We've got Amanda Bynes, who is suppressed, and Taylor Swift, who is in... What is... Yeah, we've got to have Taylor take the shot. This is not going to get 10 damage. It's going to get 6 damage. So that just leaves us Amanda the Man Bynes, and Amanda is suppressed. She will get hit. You know what? We're gonna try something a little bit tricky. I don't anticipate this working, and I think Amanda Bynes probably is actually going to get killed. But we're still going to throw the hook. Ah, so we've learned an interesting trick. Suppression does not work against grapples. This would be a huge if Amanda could pull a kill here. Unbelievable, folks. Amanda Bynes with some fantastic strategery keeping us alive. Probably not going to be enough to save the day. I predict at least 1 person is going down in a fucking heap here. Probably our Sean Connery friend there, who is pretty badly hurt. Although I gotta say, these drones not exactly setting the world on fire. Tay-Tay gonna waste some more ammo here. No surprise at all. Very much regretting having taken that ability for Taylor Swift instead of Close Encounters. That proving to be a critical mistake that is making Taylor Swift somewhat undesirable to have mission by mission. Tay-Tay's gonna get all the bullets in the world flung her way here. These heavy floaters, a problem. Oh, going for the grenade. That's Amanda Bynes in trouble. A little bit of trouble. Honestly, that turn could have gone much, much worse than it did. So, Catherine Zeta-Jones has no targets. That's fantastic. Taylor Swift not as badly hurt as I had anticipated.
Solid copy.
Amanda Bynes can reposition, and she should have a number of at least decent shots. Not necessarily at the heavy floaters, but... or at anything, actually. Well, start with what you can do, I guess. Amanda, take out a drone. That's, you know, one less thing. As Forrest Gump's mama would have said. You know, it's something. It's not great, but it's something. Tay-Tay, with only 1 bullet left in the chamber, we're going to actually take the risk here and see if perhaps we can get a flamethrower to work for us. We can... You know what? We can only flame 1 unit with this, and I still feel that it's worth it. That hit nothing. Thank you for lying to me, game, and telling me that one of those was going to hit a trooper and then have it not hit him. That's delightful. Really appreciate that. Gotta assume that that's going to do next to nothing, so we're just going to have Jesse James hollow target 1. Well, let's start working the big guy then. Jesse? I assume that that missed, but that's okay. Charlie Sheen has not a whole lot to offer. The Surgeon is out of ammo, which is lovely. Yeah, we are not in a great spot here, folks. These floaters are... Man, we do not have enough cover, is the problem. We just don't have enough available cover. But we're fighting in a phone booth, and it's coming back to haunt us. Honestly, I think we're just going to take what kills we can get. We're going to kill the drone. We're going to have to bring Catherine Zeta-Jones out, and she's going to hunker down behind this dumpster. Sliding sexily beneath the dumpster. It's not as sexy as dipping beneath the visible lasers, but
I'm on it, Commander.
you got to dip beneath what you can dip beneath, I guess. What can you see? All right, I wanted to make sure... that's actually a pretty good shot. We're going to take that, actually. Was considering reloading with Sean Connery, but honestly, we need to get some kind of output from somebody. Charlie Sheen, take a bad shot. Well, surprising hit. I'm not ungrateful. And that just leaves the Surgeon, who, honestly, I think his best move here is to go ahead and pop smoke. Is there any way we could get that smoke to cover Taylor Swift, who is the... No, sir. We cannot. Alright, Chris Brown, I need you to readjust, please. Please move. We need this smoke to go somewhere useful, if it, if at all possible. Ah, that's much better, Chris. Chris Brown, not a fantastic student of geometry during his high school career. He doesn't understand how angles work. Or alternatively, that his elbow bends and that he could have just bent his arm around the corner and sort of thrown it over his shoulder. Chris isn't a particularly smart man. So let's see. Yeah, this is going to be bad then. Jesse James, panicking. That's actually not terrible. He moved to better cover. He did move out of the smoke, which is terrible, but... And theoretically, that guy should be panicked, but we got boned by some telltale maneuver there from our AI, which told us that that move would, in fact, set someone on fire. It then did not set someone on fire. Still a little upset about that. That's a dash for Charlie Sheen. Good God, Charlie Sheen is the slowest son of a bitch to ever fucking walk on two legs. So we have... Alright. Well, Reb Brown at least can get there. So, Reb, if you would, sir, please, we gotta start whittling these floaters down. Thank you, Reb. The immortal madman doing some work for us there. It's nice that at least one guy brought his A game. We're gonna try and take out this guy suppressing, just in the hope that we can free up Kathy Z to take a shot. That was some fantastic damage, actually. Kathy Z now available to take a, frankly, not a great shot, but it's something. Alright, and we're slowly, but surely, digging our way out of this hole, folks. I mean, it's a deep hole, and we got a long way to go still, but we are making some progress. Especially when Tay Tay is going to put out hits like that. Damn, girl!
I need ammunition.
Just when I think I don't know why I keep bringing Taylor Swift, she does something like that, and I remember why it is that I so much am in love with Tay Tay. Charlie Sheen with a surprising contribution. So go ahead and reload Chris Brown. And I believe that should be it for Team XCOM. So we still do have a cyber disc and some drones screwing around down here in this alley. I gotta assume that, based on the fact that that fight was like 6 turns, that the cyber disc and his drones stopped to pitch pennies, rather, like a bunch of greasers from a 50s movie. I mean, that's really the only explanation for their delayed arrival. Sean Connery gonna get a kill here. Oh, that's right, I'm gonna get a kill. Of course, it's gonna take me both shots to do it, but Sean Connery's gonna get that. It's still a terrible Bane. Still a terrible Bane and not a Sean Connery at all. You know, I think probably our best move here is to have the tool pusher fall back. He is very badly injured, and we can have Chris Brown patch him up. Now, Amanda Bynes actually is still okay. All the damage Amanda has taken did go to her armor, so... She has taken some fight damage, but some fight damage? As opposed to, like,
Understood.
I don't know, non-fight damage? What would a peaceful damage, I guess? Peace doesn't seem like a valid damage type. Just throwing that out there. Now, there is still a cyber disc running around somewhere, as we said. Tay-Tay's going to adjust, and we're going to have her reload. Catherine Zeta-Jones is going to try and find some cover since something happened to Kathy's dumpster. Not exactly sure where that dumpster went. But it is definitely gone. Charlie Sheen walking right over that dumpster. I gotta say that seems like a dumpster would be something that Charlie Sheen was quite familiar with the insides of. I gotta imagine that he's woken up in any number of dumpsters throughout the years. Probably usually next to, you know, like a dead hooker or possibly an animal that he had fucked to death. I mean, it just seems like the kind of wacky thing Charlie Sheen would get up to. I mean, it's fun because, you know, nobody really got hurt, or at least nobody that counted from Charlie's mind. I mean, you know, as far as Charlie Sheen's concerned, hookers aren't people. I mean, you know, they're just objects for Charlie's amusement. Although that sort of applies to everyone in the world, actually. Charlie really doesn't find anyone to be an actual human being. He just assumes that most people are puppets put on the earth specifically to bring him pleasure and or delight. Gotta assume that this is going to be a grenade and that this is going to go very badly for both Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sean Connery. Could have been worse. Honestly, that could have gone a lot worse. I'm not even sure if anyone took actual damage from that. Possibly Sean Connery maybe took a minor wound there. So Kathy Z going to get a chance for a little bit of sweet, sweet revenge here. Like I was saying, Catherine Zeta-Jones not going to get any kind of revenge at all, sweet or otherwise. And we're going to go balls out here, even though this is probably not the smartest play in the world. We're going to go straight up at this thing. It's only a cyber disc. I really got to feel we can kill it. That being said, now that I look at the situation, I'm not terribly sure we can kill it. Amanda Bynes out of ammo. That's not great. She does have lock and load and a terrible chance to... You know what? I don't think disabling shot actually will work on a cyber disc. It'll just throw another grenade. Well, that was fucking huge. So far, Amanda Bynes twice now has come up with unbelievably critical shots that have... I mean, honestly, they've been day savers. There's no other way to call them. She's shot twice now. Both of those shots have saved the day. Taking Chuck up the ladder here. He's going to be standing in the open on a run and gun from pretty long range. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get this done, but we've got to gamble. We've sort of made our bed. It's time to lie. Thanks, Chuck.
No way that just happened.
Oh, come on. Who are you trying to kid? It was a bad shot Charlie Sheen had from basically no chance. Let's hope that Red Brown can maybe finish this guy off with a flush shot for us. 58%? Well, it's a little better than 50-50. And the Immortal Madman finishes things out, gets the job done. There is still an enemy somewhere, apparently. Jesse James is going to reload. I gotta assume that it's a drone that's, like, around this corner. We'll just have Taylor Swift go see if she can spot it. And that's a negative, so Tay-Tay's going to go on Overwatch. And since we have a number of injured folks, it's time for Chris the Surgeon to start executing his mandate and patching some bitches up. And by bitches, I mean specifically Jesse James. Tay-Tay, servo's going to kick in there. There's a Seeker somewhere. Alright, going for a strangle on Amanda Bynes. Not necessarily the greatest play in the history of Secretum, I really have to say. Especially since this guy is going to be swiftly flanked and killed. Pretty much right here. I think Red Brown might have the mission ender. Or not, also, possibly. Sean Connery is out of ammunition. That's lovely. John, why don't you take a step over there then, sir?
Let's do this.
And if worse comes to worse, we could have Jesse James throw a grenade at it, but that seems vastly more foolish than just having him shoot it and kill it. So that should be it. Yeah, there we go. That's end the mission. And Operation Twisted Gaze, a success, but let's face it, we won that fight ugly. I mean, that was an Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson sort of thing. I mean, sure, Evander Holyfield came out on top, but he walked out missing an ear and possibly not being able to fuck anymore. I don't know. Depends on how turned off his potential partners would have been by the lack of an ear. One would assume not that turned off. I mean, the guy wasn't exactly a Fred Astaire or like a, you know, he wasn't a, well, I wouldn't say Clark Gable, except that doesn't make sense because Clark Gable, despite being known as a Hollywood Lothario and sort of a handsome fad, was actually fucking uglier than shit. So, you know, let's use someone who was actually a handsome gentleman instead and say, oh, Cary Grant. Not exactly a Cary Grant, was Evander Holyfield. No promotions. Honestly, given our performance, I don't really feel that anybody necessarily deserved a promotion. Taylor Swift didn't get a kill on the whole mission. Ah, wow. That's real bad. You see why I say that Taylor is slipping a little bit? That's why right there. We got some junk. Another sectopod wreck, which actually is useful. The sectopod wreck, probably the most useful thing we obtain there, because we can use it now to do an autopsy.
We will be in touch, Commander.
Optimus Prime, your constant touching has left me basically a victim of post-traumatic stress. I really, really wish you would stop touching me. Actually, just don't touch anyone, Optimus Prime, ever again. Your out-of-control touching is problematic for us, and it did get us sued by Exalt's lawyers, if you'll recall, so you may want to just bear that in as well. But we have no UFO parts or anything to sell, so with our mission completed, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, and our TLC no scrubs policy possibly was not necessarily the best policy, but, you know, Team Scrub, it was ugly, but they got it done. And we're going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more delicious scrub action in the future, because not everyone can be as discriminating as Tion Watkins, feel free to subscribe as well, and we'll see you again soon.